What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy 5 YouTube channel. My name's Aaron, joined by Stefan. As always, hope you guys are having a good day. Jarvis, what's today's video?
Today is the Marvel movie draft set.
Thanks, you, Jarvis. Thank you. The Marvel movie draft.
It seems like this one's going to be a very, very good topic, as
Yeah.
everyone has seen Marvel movies. It goes from kids to adults, and even like in the older generations, comics has just been around a long time.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone kind of grew up watching these movies. Doesn't matter if you're, old head or a little younger. You grew up watching Marvel. The last 5 years, we can kind of ignore, right?
Yeah.
Don't expect any of those movies to be on there. And honestly, we didn't really come up with any specific rules for this.
I would say it's just like whatever's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So like, for instance, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
We have the one with Tobey Maguire and the one with Andrew Garfield. I don't think we should count those. I mean, they are Marvel, but they're not part of the
MCU?
The MCU, yeah. So I
okay.
think we should stick strictly to MCU.
Okay. So I guess the rule for this, we're going to just stick to the MCU. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from there.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys don't know how the Fantasy 5 draft works, it's very simple. Every episode, we'll pick a team of 5 from a specific topic. And then in the end, you guys will decide which team you like the best. So yeah, it's going to be competitive. It's going to get heated. I'm excited. Let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
We need to announce our team names.
Okay.
So let's do it.
I'll start us off.
Cool.
Yeah. I have a pretty badass name, I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay.
And I think it fits like the characters that are in each of these movies. My team is called The Unkillables.
The Unkillables?
They just can't die. Even if they die, they come back. You know? And you'll see, it'll make sense in my team.
So you went with more badass side. I went more with the funny side.
Okay.
I have Team Loki's emotional support group.
Yo, wow. Why is it so damn long?
That's just my name. That's just, it's not an exact representation of my teams. But like, if you ever need emotional support, you can just go to these 5 movies and you're good to go.
But why Loki though?
Dude, I don't know. It just rolls off the tongue.
Just because it's
just comes out of the mouth.
You know what kind of character Loki is? I don't think he's giving emotional support to a lot of people.
Bro, did you not see Infinity War?
He gets off.
He needs the emotional support, bro.
Oh, he needs it, but he's not a part of the
Well,
emotional support
that's
group.
his team. That's my team. We're here to give him the support that he needs. He never gets emotional. He didn't get it from his dad. He didn't really get it from his brother early on. Me and my team are here to save the day for Loki.
I don't know, man. I mean, Loki got off, so your team might just get off by my
That's
team.
fine.
Bro.
That's fine. We're still there for emotional support. So yeah, we need to do a coin flip.
Yeah.
I will be flipping it. I'll let you call it in the air.
Okay. Always go tails, baby.
It's
No flip?
heads.
Damn it. Oh, why did you flip it, bro?
I don't flip it. You flip it. That's your thing.
That's the technique. Okay.
So it's my first pick. I am currently on the clock. For the first pick of the 2025 Marvel movie draft, Team Loki Emotional Support Group, also known as LESG, is going with the best Avengers movie of all time. It's Avengers Infinity War.
God damn you.
It is so good. This movie does something better than any other movie that I've seen. It features 76 total main characters, and it makes it flow so incredibly well.
I didn't even know that. 76?
76 main characters.
Oh, my Jesus. The budget on that must have been insane.
Oh, it was.
On that,
but the movie itself was insane, bro.
Oh, yeah. Good story. And in the end, what I like about it, too, it's not like your typical movie where the good guys win.
It's good guys
No,
lose.
Thanos wins.
Yeah, Thanos wins. The bad guy wins.
Now I'm invested in the villain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a good follow-up into the next movie. So
Yeah, right? I feel like Thanos's villain character wasn't as black and white as some other villains can be,
Yeah.
It's like they gave it more of a perspective. You could kind of understand his reasoning. I'm not saying what he was doing was good by any means, but they made it more understanding of why he was doing what he was doing.
Oh, yeah. A good scene that kind of shows your point was when he had to push Gamora into the pit and just completely execute her. He actually loved her, surprisingly enough. As cold-hearted as he is, like he pushed himself to make the hard choice.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do.
And that was just one of the great scenes from that movie. There's so many good scenes in that movie. We have the Guardians of the Galaxy finally meeting some of the superheroes on the Avenger team. Thor's epic arrival on Wakanda. That was a sick moment in the movie.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Thor forging his hammer, his new hammer.
Oh my, yeah.
Great scene.
And And
What
Peter
else?
Dinklage was in there too.
Peter Dinklage was also in the movie.
I was not expecting
Came
that.
out of nowhere.
Like he had never showed up in any other movie, and all of a sudden he's like, what?
Yeah, and the movie was just so good. Also, one of the most iconic scenes in the MCU, the Thanos snap.
Oh yeah, that happened.
So good. Should have aimed for the head.
Should have
aimed for the head. All right, that's my first pick, man. It's a good one. I'm interested to hear what your team has to pick.
Infinity War, you actually stole that as my second one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and as I just mentioned earlier, Doctor Strange is basically one of my favorite superheroes.
Okay.
So yeah, my number one is Doctor Strange.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
There's no way that's a number one pick.
It is. I like how he's a prideful man, like his character, right? He's
Yeah.
a prideful man, he's a surgeon, he's the best at what he does. And then he gets broken down, and then he learns like how to repair himself and like learn the mystic arts. And then he becomes one of the strongest characters that also is in a lot of key movies. Even in the Endgame, he shows up and he's the one with the time stone. He's making the decisions for the future movies.
Let me remind you, he's only in one other good movie in, I would say, the good MCU era. He's in the Spider-Man movie, right?
Yeah.
Which,
he's in No Way Home.
that was pretty good. I wouldn't really consider on the same level as like these movies on the list.
I think the No Way Home one was pretty good.
You like that one?
Dude, yeah, Tobey Maguire shows up.
Tobey Maguire
all the
was
other
in
ones
it.
and Andrew Garfield. Okay, yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But that was kind of after the peak of the MCU. That was after the peak of Marvel.
And he's in Endgame.
He's in Endgame for like, what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, not too long, but he plays a really crucial role.
Okay.
And he's also
All right.
he's in Infinity War too.
All right, hey, you got some good points.
Yeah.
I don't see that movie though being a top.
Dude,
two.
no, the Dormammu scene, like that's such a meme. It's so iconic. Like that's Doctor Strange is one of the few movies you could rewatch and be like, holy shit, all these scenes are just so iconic. It's so
Okay. I'll just have to take your word for it. It is a good movie. I did enjoy that movie.
And it's trippy too.
It's very trippy.
Yeah, like when you go into when he goes into like the mirror dimension or whatever, it's like that was the first time I saw an MCU movie. I was like, holy shit, what is going on here? It's like the crazy visual effects.
Yeah, okay. I would say that's a questionable first pick. My second pick is not questionable at all. I would say it's probably my second favorite Marvel movie. It also features a lot of superheroes, but it's not an Avengers movie. That, of course, is Captain America: Civil War. The breaking of the Avengers, the rift between Iron Man and Captain America. It is so good. I love that movie. If they were going to do a division in the Avengers, that's the way I would do it.
All right, for me, when I was watching it, all I remember is how they kind of fought and how the teams ended up. But before that, the beginning and the middle, the plot points, I don't remember.
You must not have been paying enough attention, man. I mean, you have some really new appearances of different characters in this movie. Like, you got Ant-Man, you have the Black Panther showing up.
Yeah.
You have the Winter Soldier showing up. You also have Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man coming in.
Yeah.
I think that was actually his first movie.
That was the first time he ever appeared.
Yeah, with Tom Holland. So, yeah, I mean, there's some really good scenes in this. I know you can't remember them.
For me, it wasn't the most memorable movie, but it seems like you
I really enjoyed
it.
it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that movie.
I mean, the only scene that I got from that was when Tony was fighting Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was pretty iconic. I was
That
like,
was great.
This is where it ends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of the end of, the rift between Captain America and Tony Stark.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really like that movie. It could be seen as a little controversial, but personally for me, that is clearly a top 5 movie. If not, top
would it
3.
be above Age of Ultron?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I actually remember more from Age of Ultron than Civil War, surprisingly.
The only reason why Age of Ultron is not higher on my list is because when it first came out, the movie was seen as kind of controversial. I know some people didn't really like it. The movie kind of grew on people over time, but when it first came out, it wasn't seen as like a really good movie. It was seen kind of like as an okay Avengers movie.
For Age of Ultron?
For Age of Ultron. But
yeah.
it grew because of like kind of the memes and the iconic scenes that were in the movie. Right.
I have one more thing to add though.
Okay.
For Civil War. I just remember being in like high school though, and just hearing everyone talk about like choosing which side they're going for, like which team's gonna win.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, like I was like, oh wait, shit, should I go for Iron Man or should I go for Captain America? Like which team is more stacked?
It's literally what we're doing right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it basically is. It actually basically is. Wait, but who did you pick though? Like who do you think was gonna win when you first saw it?
I'm on Team Captain America.
Like you were on Team Captain America when you
I still am.
Oh, you still are. Oh.
When I was on Team Captain America, man.
Okay. Actually, I think I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I like Captain America more
Team
as a hero than
Yeah.
Iron Man.
I mean, dude, you have Team Cap and Hawkeye.
Nobody
go.
gives a shit about Hawkeye.
No one gives a shit about Hawkeye.
Nobody gives a shit about
Hawkeye's
Hawkeye.
just badass.
No, he's not, bro.
Yeah, he is, dude.
He has no powers.
Bro, what do you mean? He's
He's
just...
just a bow and arrow.
Dude, he's just bullseyeing someone and not even looking at him, bro. Like, that's like the coolest thing you could do.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, okay, he doesn't have powers and he's still considered an Avenger, bro. That's how good he is.
I'll train for like 10 years starting now, and then I'll become Hawkeye.
Okay, who's better? Hawkeye or the Black Widow?
Black Widow, by far.
Oh, hell no.
Black Widow by
Hell no.
far. Are you kidding me? Black Widow has
bro.
guns. She's like a spy, you know?
Dude, you're
She does
just
a lot
simping
more
at this
stuff
point.
than
Dog, I'm gonna be honest, you're simping right now. Yeah, you can't even deny it,
No, I'm
bro.
not simping. I'm not simping.
All right, man. Hey, that's my second pick. Mm-hmm. Let's hear what you have.
Well, I think I have a really good second pick. This one was a very fun movie, and then it's like a roller coaster.
Oh,
A roller coaster. I don't know if you might get this one, but it is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. I thought you were gonna say my third pick.
Oh.
Thank God you didn't. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I love the story. Some of the plot points were insane. You know, like when Star-Lord got revealed by his own dad that he's the one that killed his mom, and he's like,
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, like, that was insane. Also, his dad's celestial planet thing was one of the biggest CGI events in Marvel movies.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was insane. And on top of that, Yondu dies too. And like that whole scene between like the whole relationship between Yondu and Star-Lord, that was really good, and how he had to break off, and it's like, oh no.
You know, actually, that I don't remember much from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but I do remember it being a good film. It's kind of like similar points, how you don't really remember much from Civil War. I don't really remember much from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but I do give it credit that it was a pretty good movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the visual effects too in Guardians of the Galaxy. And just their jokes.
Well, the visual effects are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that too, I just love the dynamic between the Guardians of the Galaxy. Because it's not like the first one where they're starting to meet each other. I think this one's like they actually kind of established themselves as a team, and now they're working together, and they have like all these jokes with each other. You know?
Yeah, they establish a personality and like relationships with each other that carry on into that movie and have really developed with that movie.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah. That's a solid pick, man. That's a solid pick. That concludes round 2.
Good choices all around so far.
Good choices all around. I mean, none of these are really bad choices. They're all really good movies. It's just, you know, it's a little preferential, right? There's definitely some choices that are at the top, but at the end of the day, it is our opinions. Although my third pick is not really an opinion.
Oh.
This is one of the best Marvel movies of all time.
Oh, a straight statement.
This movie kind of perfected the superhero type of comedy style of movie. That is Thor Ragnarok. I really, really like this movie. Mainly because it has Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, he's in there.
I'm joking. That's not the main reason. I would say this movie really changed Thor's character to make him a lot more likable and have more of a personality than, say, in like Thor 1 and the second Thor, as well with like the Avengers.
Yeah.
Right? He kind of felt like a shallow character. He didn't really have much depth to him. He didn't really have much of a personality. And this movie just introduced a whole new personality that made everyone like Thor. I personally was a big fan of Thor until I saw this movie. You know, I was going into this movie expecting just like another bland Thor movie. And that's not what I got at all. I got a great, funny, good written movie with Thor. Yeah, also Hulk's character was like really well defined by this movie as well, as is his relationship with Thor.
Oh yeah, and just their fight scene too. When they're in the
So
Coliseum,
good.
it was yeah,
It was so good.
that was peak.
It was done so well. The moment that Hulk walks into the arena and Thor's reaction, it was so great.
Yeah.
It also introduced the Rock guy. I think his name was Krog.
Oh, Krog. Yeah,
Super
yeah.
great character. You know, kind of a comedic relief of that movie. I mean, the whole movie was a comedic relief, really.
Yeah. These are the cherry on top.
And Valkyrie. She was Valkyrie as
Valkyrie.
well. Yeah. The chemistry between all of his characters was just really good. It worked a lot better than I thought it would, right? And so as a movie that I feel like wasn't supposed to perform as well and performed as well as it did, it is definitely just like a really good Marvel movie, and it's just one of the most iconic Marvel movies as well.
Yeah. I like the fact that it has its own character compared to the previous Thor movies. Like the first Thor movie is a little bit too serious, just building up Thor.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And then especially the second Thor movie, The Dark World,
It was
god
bad.
awful.
Bad.
Holy God.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst Marvel movies, in my opinion. Just too
Yeah.
boring. So yeah.
So yeah, that's my pick.
Okay. Solid pick. For mine, I love mine because if you're a Spider-Man,
Oh,
if you're
no.
a Spider-Man goer, you know, it's got all 3 Spider-Mans. And I love that. We're going with Spider-Man No Way Home.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
That one's good.
Yeah, okay.
That one's really good. Because just like the tough decisions that happened in Infinity War, where like you weren't expecting the ending where Thanos was gonna win. You were expecting Spider-Man to just be completely erased from everyone's memory.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that ending. That on top of Aunt May's death. Oh my god!
That was really good.
I was low key kind of expecting it, but when I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, that hit me. That hit me.
As well with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield coming back, you also had Doc Ock coming back.
Yeah.
You had the Green Goblin. And then you had the Electric guy coming back. Sandman was there.
And Sandman.
Like all the original Spider-Man villains were in this movie. And it just all brought it back. It was done really well. I wouldn't have put it on top 3, but I can understand why you did.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire is enough of a reason to put any movie on a top 3.
Yeah.
It's just Tobey Maguire, dude.
So
Gotta love it.
Legendary Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's a good pick, man.
Oh, and another reference too. It also had Doctor Strange in that one.
It also did.
Yeah, because he
Doctor
had
Strange shows up.
So that's just like a statement towards, my first pick, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He's there. He's there.
And Doctor Strange definitely had a newfound respect for Spider-Man after this movie.
Yeah, when he had to make that sacrifice.
When he had to make that sacrifice, because he knew that was the right decision. Doctor Strange knew, right? But I feel like he wasn't going to do it unless Peter said, we got to do this.
And it just shows how much like Peter grew up too.
Yeah.
Because like he made the childish mistakes of wanting like giving his things towards the spell. Like, I just want people to I actually forgot his whole reason for doing it. But then eventually he's like, I'll sacrifice myself to fix my mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Really in that whole scene as well, Tom Holland just did a phenomenal job acting. He just conveyed every single ounce of emotion that Spider-Man would have in that scene. All right, that concludes round 3. For my 4th pick, I could go a couple different directions here. You kind of left the door open for me.
Yeah, I feel like all the good picks are starting to get taken, So.
All the good picks are starting to get taken. I'm going to choose this one. More for its nostalgia, right? More for its iconic scenes. More for its memes.
For its memes.
For its memes.
Okay.
I mentioned it earlier. Loki's emotional support group is going to go with Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, how I mentioned earlier, it wasn't the most liked Avengers movie when it first came out. It has its flaws. But I think there's a couple of aspects of this movie that really holds it above the others, as well as some iconic scenes that you just can't forget. Like lifting of Thor's hammer, when they're all in Tony's apartment.
Happens in that movie.
Yeah, when they're trying to lift Thor's hammer.
That is super iconic.
A little bit of a teaser for what happens in the later
towards Endgame
Avengers movie in Endgame. Yeah, you have the introduction.
Man, your words are going crazy today.
Dude, I studied for like 9 hours yesterday. I'm like completely brain dead right now. Yeah. I got 4 hours of sleep. I don't want to hear it. The introduction.
Again, the repeat. We gotta add that, bro. We have to add it. We have to.
I'm the one who's editing these videos. I don't have to add shit. Okay? All right. The introduction. So that's funny when I say it correctly this time.
Yeah.
It has the introduction of very pivotal characters. Vision, literally Jarvis in like a superhuman body. The Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, which he was kind of briefly there.
Yeah,
just gets freaking capped. Like, dude, that's so sad. They should have like kept it around for at least another movie or 2.
Yeah.
At least like have him die in like Infinity War or something. And let's see, what else do I got here? I would describe this film as flawed, but foundational to the MCU. Because at the end of the day, it just further developed the characters, like personalities and their relationships with each other.
I mean, for me, it felt kind of like a filler, though. No?
It felt like a little bit of a filler.
You could take out Age of Ultron and you could still know what goes on until Endgame.
No, I agree, but there's kind of a reason for it.
Oh, well, the whole movie is about, in the namesake, right?
Yeah.
Age of Ultron. So did you like the villain Ultron?
He was a little bland, but I still liked him, in my opinion.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
He definitely could have had more depth to him. He was kind of like a true villain, right? True villain. He wanted the end of the world, essentially. He had his reason for it, but it's like, dude, that is fucking dark.
That's not a good reason. It's not like Thanos' reason, This is just like destruction.
No, he wanted to do what Thanos did, except like he was more he's more extreme with it. He was like, oh no, Thanos is more like, all right, we're gonna help the population by killing half of you. And Ultron was like, we're gonna help the population by killing all of you. Yeah, we're gonna reset the evolutionary cycle. That's what Ultron was essentially doing.
Just wipe out humanity so there's no more destruction.
Yeah, it was like way more metal. It was like way more metal. So yeah.
I must say though, Age of Ultron compared to what I'm about to pick might be a little bit weak. Just because I think mine is really iconic. And if you're like a true Marvel fan, like OG, I think you'll like it. And especially like Chris Evans. So
Okay.
we're going with the first Avenger, Captain America.
First Avenger, Captain America.
Yeah, so the Captain America,
Yeah.
first movie. Just Captain America is such a good character. So when you see him just from like a scrawny man, you know, and then he has like the purest of heart, and he finally gains power, he keeps it, you know, and then now he's like one of like the best heroes out there.
Oh yeah, the storyline is goated for Captain
he's
America.
got heart. He's in the OG war, you know,
Yeah.
like whatever the old times, and then at the very end too, you kind of see him like in the modern world, and it's like whoa,
Yeah.
you know, such a huge change. But on top of that too, it's just like the beginning of almost everything. You got the introduction of the Tesseract, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You got
Yeah.
you got the relationship between him and Bucky, and then you know when Bucky like supposedly dies. Yeah, it's like holy shit.
And
this
lives
happened.
somehow.
Yeah.
How does he live? Plot armor, that's how.
Also, like the plot points that happen in there kind of lead into like some of the bigger ones, you know, like how the Nazis are still involved, like the Avengers, you know, like the
Introduction of Hydra.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Really good. Yeah, it was a really good movie. Definitely a classic. I actually really like the Captain America. Captain America was my number 6 pick.
Oh,
In case
really?
you chose one of mine, but you haven't chose one of mine yet. Yeah.
Okay. Captain America, the first one, is one of the few that I can actually just rewatch with friends. You know?
Yeah, the rewatchability is very good.
Yeah, it just flows. Like when you watch like from beginning to end, there's not really any parts that you can skip.
Yeah.
Like just the growth of the character and just how it goes it's very good.
Yeah, it's a good pick, man. I like it. It definitely deserves to be on the list. So I'm glad that at least got picked. Also, the ending was very good. How he wakes up and it's like 70 years later.
Yeah, it's like holy shit.
Crazy
like,
twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can only imagine what's going on through Captain America's mind.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, you must be so confused. He's like, what the what?
Dude, what if that happened to us though? Like we
I don't
just
wanna-
got like
I don't wanna think
crowd
about
chambered, and all of a sudden like we're
I don't want to think about that. That's too much for me. That's a good pick. That concludes round 4. Steph, we are on our last picks of the draft.
okay.
So let's make it a good one.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were gonna pick this movie. I kind of came into this expecting that you're gonna pick this movie, and you did not.
Really?
You did not.
Well, I got all the ones I liked. So
We are going with yet another Avengers movie.
dude, you have like 4 Avengers movies on your list.
That's fine. They're really good movies.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah.
We are going with the first Avengers movie. Number 1, the OG Squad, all coming together. Such a good movie.
I'm surprised you didn't put that one above the other Avengers movies. Like even like Civil War.
That was more of a personal decision for me. That was more of a personal decision for me. I really like Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Also, something I didn't mention at Age of Ultron. I'll probably cut this out. The Hulkbuster scene, so sick.
Hulkbuster. Oh, when Iron Man gets in the Hulkbuster suit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one's
movie
hella
was
good.
so sick. Or that part of the movie was so sick, man. Anyways, back to the original Avengers. Yeah, it's just the movie that started all of the Avengers movies, right? And it brings together the OG squad. You have Captain America, the Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, Hawkeye, and the Black Widow. And it's just a good all-around movie. I really enjoyed it. It was the first in the MCU to really bring all the superheroes together and do it really well.
Really well.
You have the Hulk fight scene between Thor and Hulk, which is sick.
Oh yeah, Hulk was he was at his most unhinged during that scene, because you know like later on he gets like more control of his abilities. This one he just destroys, and I love it. He just owns it.
It's the definition of Hulk smash.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that scene is just absolutely awesome. You got Loki as a villain,
Oh yeah,
which is sick. It's so cool, going around just absolutely corrupting people's hearts.
oh yeah, and I like Loki as a villain too.
Yeah, you have corrupted Hawkeye, which is like Hawkeye seems way more dangerous when he was corrupted. Kind of like unhinged Hawkeye, mind-controlled Hawkeye.
He's never dangerous.
Dude, what do you mean? Did you see that shot, bro? He's in like the helicopter going to the ship. The ship's down here, right? And he adjusts his aim, shoots it, and the air goes.
Okay, yeah, okay. That was pretty
badass.
That was badass.
Also, not to mention later in the movie, he's talking on the mic, and he just looks to the right and just snipes a guy out of one of those ships. Dude, come on, dude. He has some badass scenes.
I'll give him that.
He is not the most powerful character.
No.
But he's pretty badass in the way he does stuff. And he holds his own with the fucking Avengers. And he doesn't even have powers.
Exactly, yeah. There wasn't like any crazy busted characters in that first Avengers movie, so he was able to match up like power scaling wise.
Yeah.
And so it fit. I'll give him that. He was pretty badass in that movie.
Yeah. You also have Agent Philip Coulson, who dies in that movie, unfortunately. But he showed up in the other movies. And he was a main reason why the Avengers got together. He would go to the different superheroes and be like, yo, want to join my team?
Oh, yeah.
Same with Samuel Jackson, but Nick Fury. But yeah, it was just a good overall movie. It set the stage for the rest to come.
Yeah.
And I really liked it.
That was really good. I think when I first watched it in theaters too, that was one of the first times I've ever heard applause in the audience.
An applause?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, yeah. But it's just when you're in a movie theater too, like you just be sitting there and like at the end of it, it's just like, oh, everyone leaves. This one was the first time where I was like, holy shit, people are clapping and it's happening for like a good 30 seconds to a minute.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Steph, final pick.
Okay.
Who do you got?
Whew. There's a lot to choose from. Actually, there's two that I'm kind of debating on.
Okay.
It's between Black Panther and Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, what?
Yeah, surprisingly enough. Because they're two complete different movies. What I like about Black Panther is the theme for it, like him retaking the throne.
Yeah.
And then Deadpool and Wolverine is the complete opposite, where it's just funny and jokes.
Yeah.
And also it brings back Wolverine, who everyone loves.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I think for this one, though, I'll probably go Deadpool and Wolverine. It's just funny, man. It's one of the, like to match your Thor Ragnarok with like its themes of being funny, dude, Deadpool and Wolverine was like one of the few rated R Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. It's got Ryan Reynolds and Wolverine guy, and him being like a drunkard guy who gets to like reclaim himself.
In my opinion, I feel like that low-key ruins your list. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad movie, right? It's a good movie.
It's funny. Yeah, it's really funny. It's not for the story, really. It's not for the story. Yeah, it's more for Deadpool.
But you realize you could have picked Endgame. You could have picked the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Endgame's too basic. You
could have picked Iron Man 3. You could have picked Iron Man 1.
That one's good.
Yeah.
But Deadpool and Wolverine, it's got better cinematics. The fight scenes that happen is really badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, cause I feel like on my story, most of them that I have are like really good stories, very serious. I wanted like a more like more funnier, more comedic. And also, it matches my team name. Deadpool and Wolverine cannot die, literally.
Yeah, it's true. If you're going for representation, then you nailed it.
Yeah.
But I think Marvel movie-wise, I don't know, man. I think that's questionable. It's a questionable pick.
Yeah, it can definitely be questionable.
Yeah.
It's hit or miss for those that are looking for more serious or like more towards like they want to know more about the MCU. Then it's not it.
Yeah, definitely.
They do have cameo stuff, which I think this might lead. The Deadpool and Wolverine might lead into like the new Avengers movie, just because they had like the TVA. They make it truly publicized and on the shows, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, definitely questionable. I'm actually surprised you chose two movies that were really after the main MCU was over, right? You chose Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yeah.
And you chose Deadpool and Wolverine. That's surprising to me. I didn't think any movies, after Endgame were going to be chosen, but here I am. At least you didn't choose Madam Web. Holy shit. That'll be a number one in a trash draft.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do that at some point. We'll do a draft of the worst of each category, which that'll be fun.
Yeah, most definitely.
We just absolutely lay into these movies. That's going to be great. I can't wait for that. Yeah, definitely a little questionable. I would say overall, though, a good list. I like your list.
Yeah. Those two, Spider-Man: No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine, even though they happened after Endgame, they're like the hidden gems that are put after that. Because they still got a good story.
After that, yeah, but before that, I definitely don't think they're hidden gems. I'd rather watch the classics.
You rather watch the classics?
Yeah, they just stick with you. There's a certain feeling you got watching those classics, right? Because you didn't really know what was to come.
That's what she said. Got him.
I'm just gonna say, okay, because you didn't really know what was going to come next, right? You know, you kind of had the main movies come out and you're like, holy shit, nothing can top that. So any movie coming out after that, I'm not saying it was a bad movie, but it was a little underwhelming compared to the God tier movies that came out before it.
I'd say they just have different tones. Because both No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine, they're more on the comedic side. It's not very serious. You know, people aren't really necessarily dying too much.
Ragnarok was on the comedic side.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say Guardians of the Galaxy was on the comedic side, and those are part of like the main MCU before Endgame, right? The argument I'm just trying to make is kind of after the peak of Marvel movies.
Who is to say there isn't going to be a new peak?
That's cap. Even you know there's not going to be a new peak. It's never going to.
You never know with the new movies coming out. I mean, the new Avengers movies.
We'll see. That's not it, dude. There's no way you're topping Infinite War.
The build up for it was too good.
Yeah. Anyways, that's our teams. You got Team Loki.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so that's our team.
It's so long you can't even talk about it.
Yeah, so that's our teams. You got Team Loki's emotional support group, and you got
Team The Unkillables.
We definitely went different directions with our teams, but I think we still had some solid choices in there.
You should have been called the Avengers, though, bro. Most of your list is Avengers.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just a good name.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good name, bro. Come on. You're telling me that didn't make you laugh?
It made me laugh, but I wouldn't want to say that.
It's not the best representation. I know that.
I might end up stuttering, you know.
That's for you. So yeah, let us know what you guys think about these lists. Of course, we're a little biased.
Hopefully, you guys are biased with me.
I don't think so. I think any OG fan is going with, Loki's emotional.
Yeah, try to say it, bro.
I think any OG fan is going to go with Loki's emotional support group. I think it's just by far. I can't even get it out.
Bro, you're just looking at me for a good 3 seconds just saying that thing, bro.
I just can't get it out. It's too much for me. Oh, that's how you know it's a good name.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, so I think a lot of OG fans are definitely going to go my way. But, I mean, who knows? I might be wrong. So, that's about it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Peace. Steph has a small wee. All right.
At least I don't have a stutter.
Oh, that's a low blow.